So in 2016, I was in Girona in Catalonia in Spain, and I'd just spent the day visiting schools, and I came back to my hotel room and I hooked up to the internet to check out what was going on in the world. And you will all remember this day. The first thing I saw was a picture of a man called Nigel Farage, and he was standing in front of a poster of desperate refugees, and he was smiling and chatting with journalists and using it as a way to try and persuade people of his opinion. And the next thing we heard on the very same day was about the murder of Jo Cox, a young 41-year-old woman who seems to be one of the best members of Parliament there's ever been, and her philosophy, it was just incredibly moving. It was a terrible day, anyway. And so the next day I flew home, and on the plane on the way back I wrote a song about it, which these two events had provoked, and it's called The Dove. Remember I was 16 when the news came down the wire, and all us young lads sat and stared and felt the heat of fire. For a young man down in Dallas, a town of myth and magic lore, used a gun and petty hatred for his own sad, lonely war. Or later still in Mexico, in the ease of early days, and the New York TV said Chapman, a man bug-eyed and crazed, had shot and killed the best of us, even if he was bizarre. But his music, passion, life and joy had got us all this far. So you can say you're being reasonable, it's only what you know. But when you talk up fear of otherness, we reap just what you sow. You can stand before the cameras, smile and gurn at what you've done. But when you stoke up lies and hatred, madmen will get their guns. Or an evening in Old Compton Street, when a small, sad, lonely fool used a little bag of nails and trash, and he thought he was so cool. Or further down the track and worse, another had a go at targeting the other in the hate of Orlando. And the people there lay dead and hurt, but the hate became a dove, which saw what he had done and wept and turned it into love. A name that lives in infamy, Timothy McVeigh, and they told him it was someone else's fault, politicos, not he, for the government is bad, you see, and he heard the syndicate, and he was thick and he was evil down in Oklahoma State. So you can say you're being reasonable, it's only what you know. But when you talk up fear of others, we reap just what you sow. You can stand before the cameras, smile and gurn at what you've done. But when you stoke up lies and hatred, madmen will get their guns. I was sitting in my hotel room in the Catalonia dusk, and suddenly I'm crying, 'cause the news this time's too much. On the one hand is a so-called leader using refugees as meat, and the other is a perfect world lying dying in the street. And she talked of us together and how we live as one. But the bigotry of racists fought a madman with a gun. And good people heard the dreadful news, and their sorrow was a dove which saw what we had held and lost and turned it into love. So you can say you're being reasonable, it's only what you know, but when you talk up fear of otherness, we reap just what you sow. You can stand before the cameras, smile and grin at what you've done, but when you stoke up lies and hatred, madmen will get their guns. I reject your vulture politics, 'cause I prefer the dove. She said we're all in this together, then what remains of us is love.